Mixed media, fiberglass core, 9 points of attachment along the circumference, so it's able to be straddled between these particular structures like trees, beautiful trees. The mixed media elements are photographic, painterly photographs, as well as oils and acrylics with a resin cover to create abstracted forms, and lino cuts that have been carved into to further embellish and create a sense of movement and three-dimensionalness, like the figurine, and the head, like abstract figurative, is looking towards that particular figurine. This is also the case with the bottom depiction here, with the resin and the photographic elements there too, straddled between another figurine. The top image here was in Goa. There's so many of these Christ-like figures, so that was, to be expected in a way in Old Goa, being Old Goa, and there's the Portuguese influence with all their sculptures depicting the Christ. The figurine in the center is like straddled between the numinous and the secular, or the rational. The depictions here really are about wondering and a sense of purpose and meaning. The bottom depiction I photographed whilst in Cairns. There was a person outside the library. The person was reading it. It was night time, so it was a very dark. It has a sacred element, so there's a syncretic element here where bits of the secular are fused with the sacred or the religious, and of course the top being a religious figurine, having a kind of more public voice, advertising meaning in the public sphere, whereas the library is also advertising it in the public sphere, but the image was just somebody reading, so that was not like the way that libraries usually publicize their literature. But in this case it had that sort of sense of coming together between the secular and the sacred. The lino cut that represents in a sense the head, and then there's a sort of semi-abstract figurine, so that's oil and acrylic, where I've put the resin, clear crystal resin on the top to hold it all together. Top being a photograph of a cow herder was along the road with about 5 or 6 cows, and a car just swerved around and just missed him. The matter sort of description is on the other side. So these images are to do with these large meta concepts. On this other side of this piece is to do with travel through Indonesia. The scene, meta description, was the islands and the oceans. When I peered through the cabin town, which is used for travellers to go from Bali to Lombok. So that was about 10 kilometres from there, but I was biking close enough to that locale to be of some interest to this person to bring me in. So I like this about the randomness of travel.